So today is Friday, we smashed it, we absolutely smashed our workout today, and that's the challenge for you today. Now there are some of you out there that probably just watch me and don't actually do the challenges, and I get that because I've been there. I've been one of those people that watch the people online talking merrily, doing the workouts, and you look at it and you think that's cool, that's really cool. And then you go to the gym and you sit on a treadmill for half an hour. I get it, totally get it. So what I'm going to say to you is, in 4 months' time, you'll have really wished you'd have just put in 12 minutes extra every day. Because these little challenges that I'm setting you literally take 10 to 12 minutes, even less some of them. But what they do is they push you outside your comfort zone. They make an exercise we do all of the time, it switches it on its head and it pushes you to work harder, okay? So don't think about just watching me and then thinking, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. Do it. Don't say no, do it. Get it in your head that this is what you're going to do because you really want to be in the best shape of your life. You want to look good for summer, you want to be there, you want to get it on and get that beast mode on and you smash it. I've just told you, you can split those squats up through your day. Like do 100, if you're at work, maybe do 100 at your desk, then maybe do 100 an hour later, maybe do 100 100 takes like 3 minutes. So go on. Don't keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next day, I'll do this, I'll do that. Just get it in. If this is something that you know is going to challenge you, then try it. It's challenging me every day. And the reason I do it live is because I don't want you to think, oh, she's not doing it, I'm not going to do it. I'm doing it because I want you to see that I don't just set it, I lead by example. And the only way that you can get in the best shape of your life is by putting in the work. Not just in the gym, it's got to be a diet as well. So it's Friday today. So my message to everybody watching me right now, I know a lot of you have gone, but my message to all of you that are watching right now is don't ruin your efforts this week over the weekend. One cheap meal, maybe a glass of wine, don't ruin it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Pick something else. I've showed you 100 examples of things you can have that will replace your pudding, that will replace your chocolate cake, that will replace all the bad shit. Don't eat the pizza. If you want pizza, do what I used to do. Get yourself some wholemeal bread and make pizza on bread. It's the same thing, tastes exactly the same. Get yourself some tomato puree, sprinkle some feta cheese, maybe some sweet corn, a bit of tomatoes, some mushrooms, put it under the grill. It's exactly the same. It's not cooked in shitty fat, it's not cooked in oil, it's not going to make you feel gross. Make something that's a better version for you. Don't order takeout. Takeout is the worst. Don't do it. The weekend can ruin all of your hard work. If you've been in a deficit, so what a deficit means if you're watching me right now, if you've been in a deficit of maybe only even 300 calories every day, that 300 calories next week is probably going to turn into like losing a dress size. Now you have an option, you can use all of those 300 calories, that deficit, into your takeaway. Because that's essentially what you're going to do. If you have a takeaway, you might as well write off your deficit for the week. Because it won't matter, because you'll have got it in your takeaway. So think about that. When you order your crap food, or when you eat something that you're not supposed to be eating this weekend, every day you've trained, you may have gone into, even if it's a 100 calorie deficit that's made you feel tighter, that's made you feel leaner, that's made you feel firmer, you will ruin that in one meal. So you'll be back to zero. So all of that effort you've just put in all week would have been for nothing. I know it's hard to hear. I know it sucks to hear. I know some of you out there have treats on Friday and you order pizza and you order the Chinese food and maybe you're going to go for an Indian. But honestly, how important is that meal? Honestly, how important is it? Is it important? Because I'm telling you now, if you can just hold on to that deficit through the weekend and take it through another week, it's a dress size. It's an inch off your waist. It's a bicep muscle that's starting to show. It's an ab that's starting to show. It's something closer to your journey. If you choose to eat the cake, if you choose to binge, if you choose to eat the chocolate bars, if you choose to eat the things that aren't going to take you forward, you can write off that deficit, and next week you start at stage 1 again. Yes, you're a little bit fitter, absolutely. Working out is amazing. You've done a good job, awesome job. But if you're going to pound the Ben & Jerry's this weekend, write it off. All your calorie deficit will be written off. I know it's hard. I get it. I get it more than anyone, and I try my hardest to show you things that you can cook. If you're feeling like you need a sweet treat, whatever it is, if it's chocolate, if it's strawberry, if it's something, put it in some Greek yogurt. I'd rather you have a spoonful of almond butter on toast, or I'd rather you even have some fruit. Like, I know it's got sugar in, but I'd rather you have fruit sugar, an actual fruit like apples or strawberries or bananas or something like that. I'd rather you eat that than eat a takeaway. Takeaways are the worst. They are cooked in the worst fat you can ever imagine. They are gross, and they're like 2,000 calories minimum. Even a pizza, 2 slices of pizza. I know some people say that you can have a cheat meal, blah, blah, blah. You can have a cheat meal, 1 cheat meal, 1 piece of pizza. That's it. Maybe some fries with your meal. That's it. Maybe a glass of wine. That's it. Because that's just a bit of your deficit. You have to think about this. As if you need me to break it down to make it simple, the people that make it very simple in your head are Weight Watchers. So what they do is cleverly, how they'd get you to do it, I don't know, but cleverly, they give you the meal plan that we have, which is way cheaper than what they put out there. So they give you the meal plan, and basically they go, don't eat this way, eat that way. And you go, okay, I will. So you stick to the meal plan, which is only what we do. It's only the meal plan that we give you. You've only got to stick to it. So you stick to the meal plan, and you have so many points that you can use. So all they're doing is they're teaching you to stick to certain foods, which is exactly what we do. The only difference is we don't charge you to go and weigh yourself in front of people. That's it. That's the difference. And we work out with you, and we give you free training every day. So imagine if we were Weight Watchers, you've got all of those points that you're eating in the day. So that's just like what we say, eat this for breakfast, eat this for lunch, just like with our meal plan. At the end of the week, you have so many points left over, right? That's how it works. Think of that as your weekend. You may have had 500 points left over, depending on how hard you've worked. If you eat takeout, if you eat an Indian, if you eat pizza, if you go binge drinking this weekend, if you have four glasses of beer, you might as well write all of those points off. Because honestly, the points are like 1 glass of red wine, 1 glass of this, 1 box of fries. That's it. That's your cheat, and that's how they do it. They just do it a bit clever. They just do it a bit more clever. So they in your head, you're like, oh, I've only got 400 points. I can only eat 1 of these things. That's how you have to think. I've only got so many points. I can only have 1 cheat meal. Just because you've trained all week doesn't mean that you have to just go mental at the weekend. If you can rein it in for 1 weekend and see it through the next week, you will change your body shape. I promise you. So if you take anything from this right now, it's to just, if you're thinking about eating something rubbish, what I would like you to do is, even if it's pizza, make your own. Make it on toast, make it on a good piece of bread. Maybe instead of making that, make, if you have to and you're craving carbs, make some really good pasta. Make something of your own. Don't order takeout. Don't do it. Don't go to all of the big chains and order the big burger and do the things, because it's really bad for you. Like, they're cooking the worst oils and the worst butters, and they add loads of cream in all the soups and everything, and before you know it, next week will come around and you'll be like, why aren't I losing any weight? Why is nothing working? It's not because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're giving you everything you need to change your life. Everything. Everything you need is right here. You've got motivation from me. You've got motivation from Sean. You've got a Sweatflix area full of thousands of workouts where you can take one of them every day and do one. You might not feel like working out, but it's there and it's ready to go, and all you've got to do is put it in. So once you've done your workout, the next 23 hours is up to you, and you have to decide what goes in your body. You have to decide what food you're eating. And for some people, the weekend is like a write-off, and they just think, you know, I've worked hard all week. I get it. Going to the cinema, you're going to work hard all week. Do you know how many calories is in a bag of popcorn at the cinema? 1,600 calories. Think about that. That's a whole day's calorie intake in one cinema trip. That's not including the Coke, that's not including your tea or your dinner or your breakfast for that day. Just think about it. So this weekend, my challenge for you is to stay on track. I know, it's mental. So stay on track, stay positive, keep getting in your workouts, even if you go for a run, even if you do yoga. But more importantly, if you can just rein your diet in, if you can just stay on track with your diet, you are going to be so surprised by this time next week. You are going to be a different person. Your body is going to feel different. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to see changes happen, but you've just got to rein it in for me, okay?